everyone, and welcome to Top Comics to Pre-Order in a Flash. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our show where we go over some of the biggest comics that are on order for this week. Get your orders in by Sunday, so you make sure not to miss any of them. Now, we do have to mention this is a holiday week with 4th of July coming up, so neither Marvel nor DC have anything up for order. So you're going to see a kind of a indie spotlight on this one as we go over some of these bigger books. But we also get a chance to talk about some trade paperback stuff that we don't always get a chance to cover on this show. So let's get into it. Starting off with this one, which this is, you see the cover, not a whole lot there, but this is actually Devil's Cut. This is a one-shot, and it's the first book published by a new publisher called Distillery. So you may never heard of them, but you've probably heard of some of the names in them. We have people like Mirka Andolfo, Brian Azzarello, Scott Snyder, James Tynan, Becky Cloonan, JOCK, Francisco Francavilla, Eduardo Risso, and so many more.
Lots more than that. Yeah.
So a lot of big names on here. This feels like, the new Image boom, new Image wave. It's creator-owned comics, getting to tell their own stories. They set their own prices. Just something to really help the independent industry. So this is going to be magazine size. You won't want to miss out on this one, as it is the first book from a new publisher that's never going to be reprinted.
Next is PURR Evil. Number one, I get a kick out of that title. So this is another one from Mirka Andolfo. This is about a woman named Rita and her daughter Deb. Rita loves Deb, mother and daughter. But a dark evil from Rita's past threatens the lives of anyone who gets close to either one of them. And there also is a terrible secret lurking in their apartment. What is that? We don't know. Maybe it has something to do with cats. Like it's weird with that title. There's the solicitation didn't say anything about cats. There's got to be something. You can see him on the cover, so maybe it's some kind of like devil cat or something. But great title and a spooky new book from him.
Next up, we have Comic Book Kill. This is a new book from Scout, and I'm actually friends with the creators of this. It's by Shane Berryhill, and the art is by HOYT SILVA. HOYT lives in Atlanta, but Shane Berryhill lives near here. He's in here all the time. Very happy to see. I know they've been working on this book for a long time. Finally found a publisher that they thought fit this one. So this is kind of a golden age of comics, crime noir, but it's about a comic book creator who begins an affair with a femme fatale who is also the lover of the publisher, the head publisher of the company, who is also a mafia boss. So
there's a lot going on.
It's not going to go too well for this guy, but I love it's a crime noir, but set within the comic book industry.
Yeah.
So super cool in there. Love to support some friends and fellow creators. So check out Comic Book Kill.
Next is Gargoyle by Moonlight. This is from CEX. This is about a man named Gary Doyle. Missed opportunity for his name to be Gar Doyle, But he's cursed to turn into a gargoyle every night. And he uses, I don't know if he has powers or something, but he goes out and he fights sinister demons, all while trying to fight becoming a monster himself. So you can see on the cover what he looks like. Obviously gave me vibes of gargoyles, but we'll see how it measures up.
Speaking of gargoyles,
there you go.
We have the I want to say the official Gargoyles, but Gargoyles number 8. This continues to be a really fun series. This is the Prio variant cover for that. And in this one, Goliath is about to go on trial for a crime that he was framed for. But one of the old enemies of the Gargoyles doesn't want him to even make it to the trial. He's going to stop him before he even gets there. So if you're enjoying Gargoyles, that one is still on order for this week.
Next is World Tree number 4, just continuing this really creepy story of a thing called the Undernet, where when people see it like on their phone or something, it turns them into what would you call like monsters or zombies, or it does something to them really creepy. In this issue, one of our characters, Ellison, falls even deeper to the Undernet than he ever thought that he would, and the life of one of his closest friends hangs in the balance.
Next up, we've got a compendium. So this one I could talk a long time on. I actually read this book back when it came out, got every issue of it. I love this. This is NAILBITER, Compendium 1. This collects the entire original series 1 through 30, plus the hack slash and Nailbiter crossover. Now, this is actually one of Joshua Williamson's early books, back at Image, who he's now like, I don't want to say like, but pretty much the head writer at DC
He's running a lot of things at DC right now.
with Superman, and he's behind a lot of the big events they do, all of that. But this is one of his earlier books, Nailbiter, about a town in Oregon that seems to produce serial killers. Why do so many serial killers come out of this town? And when the main one's called the Nailbiter, you see him on the cover, it follows kind of him and some characters uncovering the mysteries of this town. So really, really recommend this book. It is $49.99.
Next is the trade paperback for the Ambassadors. This was a 6-issue miniseries. It just wrapped up a couple weeks ago. This is about a scientist that she's right there on the cover. She figures out how to give people superpowers, and she selects 6 people from around the globe to give these powers to based on just different qualities that they have. She assembles them into a team, but there's more sinister things going on. There's some other people working against them. This is a really good book. Mark Miller, he's fantastic. And there's a different artist on this because each issue follows a different character with a different artist. Fantastic story. As soon as it ended, I instantly wanted more. We're going to see these characters in a big game that's coming up soon. So, highly recommend this book. This is a great series.
Low Compendium, another compendium of a classic Image series. Low is by Rick Remender, and the art is by Greg Tocchini. Fantastic artwork in this one. And this is a really interesting one about humanity in the future has moved underwater because of kind of radiation, everything above. But they are sending out probes into the galaxy to find a habitable home, and it is up to one mother who is a scientist to finally make that leap to find hope for humanity. So this is another one's $49.99. Collects the whole series. Very cool book if you've never read Low.
This is the trade paperback for Hexware. This is a book by Tim Seeley. He's got so many books out right now. This is set in a corporate ruled city where class inequality is greater than ever. There is a family, the Marks family. Their daughter has been murdered, but their android maid named Witchware has a plan to ask the devil to bring her back. But in order to pay that price, the she'll is it does the android does the girl's soul come into the android?
It's a soul. It's not necessarily the girl's soul, but instead of like losing her soul, the android gains a soul.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I was confused on that part because I haven't read all this, but it says she must hunt down souls who have escaped from hell in order to repay the devil.
So that is our top comics to pre-order in a flash. Like we said, kind of a unique week with the holiday coming up, but still some great stuff to pre-order. Still, your orders are due in by Sunday, so get those in. Try out some new stuff. Maybe you've got some extra money this time around. Put it towards, reading a new compendium, a new trade, a new series you haven't picked up yet, and continue the love. Try some new things. And join us again on Friday for our Comics from the Future because it's a small week. We got a special show planned for you, so check back in then to see what we've got planned. But until then,
See you later.
see ya.